Hello friends, Lee here from TableTop Bong. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I decided to just flip my camera on and to actually ask you guys for an honest opinion about something. It's very seldom that I'm gonna just kind of work through something on camera, but I think when it comes to community things and leadership of the community, I think if there are certain decisions that need to be made, sometimes you gotta just work through them with the community. I wasn't even sure I would do this or not, so I decided to just throw the camera on, talk this one out and see how it feels. If it feels right, I'm gonna post it, and if not, well, you guys will never see this and never know the difference anyway, I suppose, right? So what's going on? I'm just gonna cut right to it. I've been looking at, what comes next for the TableTop Bong community, channel, and business. Right, that's, of course, whenever you're building something, forecasting is a big part of, how you're going to get there. You have to have goals, you have to move toward them, that kind of stuff, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I always keep it real. Even when it's uncomfortable, I still keep it real. That's the way we do this. And you guys have, definitely mirrored me in that sense with keeping everything really real in the comments. And, we're a very open, intimate community. So that gives me space to talk about things that maybe other content creators can't just reach into their community for. And that's why I decided maybe I would just see how it felt by putting the camera on and talking this one out. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, down the road, there's a ceiling to what I'm doing. And this is, I don't love to admit this, but it's true, right? I'm one guy and I'm doing a lot of things. I love everything I'm doing. You have no idea how blessed I feel every single day waking up and doing the things that I'm doing for the community, with the community, and just being immersed in this absolutely 100% of the time. And trust me guys, this is what I do 7 days a week, from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. I absolutely love everything about serving the community the way I am. But when you see that the ceiling is coming, it can rattle you a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. But here's the funny thing that definitely happens when you reach a point, when you are staying pure in your heart with your intentions, which is a really important thing to me. You reach a point where as your bandwidth begins to diminish, opportunity opens. It's just kind of the balance of the universe, and it's a pretty funny thing the way it happens. So I'm reaching a point where, I can see down the road where my bandwidth will, I'm going to run out. I'm just going to run out. And at that same time, now some sponsorship opportunities are actually beginning to open up. So I think that we need to talk about this, right? Because sponsorship opportunities, they can really help you scale what you're doing. But here's the thing about it too, and I think we've all seen it, right? We've seen where sponsorship energy can take things in a super positive direction, and it can amplify a message that's already in play, or it can change everything, and it can really take the essence of what something was and alter it drastically in a less than positive way. So I guess I felt compelled to jump on and to talk about this with the people who built this with me, right? I didn't build this by myself. Without you guys, I'm not here. There's no point in me doing this if you're not in the community, right? And the community is growing. But I really felt it was important to talk this out with the OG community members, right? Before anything else happens, I want to talk this out. I want to make sure, that we're fully aligned. And of course, this isn't about selling out, dudes. Like, here's what I'm going to tell you guys, and maybe you don't know this, maybe you do. There's been more than one opportunity that's come before, and I've turned absolutely every last thing down that has been put in front of me as far as sponsorship or commissions or affiliations or any kind of thing. I've turned it all down because it didn't feel aligned. It didn't feel like it was the right time, and it didn't feel aligned. But now that I'm at this point and, we've grown this far, I think it's really important at least to ask this simple question. What happens to us, you and me, if the channel grows, if the community grows? I mean, we're talking about more funding. We're talking about more people. We're talking about more reach. But friends, we're also talking about staying rooted, because that's what's important to me. So I wanted to know, what does that feel like for you if we consider that and we keep everything in the light as always? Of course we do. We keep everything in the light with full disclosure. I just wondered what that would feel like for the community. I know a number of people in the past have told me to start taking money, and to start looking at these kinds of things, and I've just kind of stayed in my lane. But I mean, there's a point where things have to change, evolve, and grow. So before any of those decisions get finalized and anything gets, written, let's make sure we're aligned. So please drop in the comments. Let me know exactly how you feel about that, okay? Until next time, take care.